During the All-Star break, here's a few pitchers I'd look to trade and sell this week. The first guy, Pablo Lopez, of the Minnesota Twins. So Pablo Lopez coming off possibly the best game of his major league career. And just off that game alone, you could sell him high. So on the season, 5-5 record, 111 innings, 3.89 ERA, a 1.09 whip, and 11 quality starts. In the last couple weeks here, he's kicked it into gear, 2-0 record, 15 innings, 0.60 ERA, and 0.67 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Pablo Lopez, I really like him as a pitcher. I thought last season with the Miami Marlins, he was very solid. And right now, the trade looks good for both teams, even though I think the Marlins got the upper hand in that deal with Luis Arraez hitting over 380 on the season. But anyway, Pablo Lopez, the only reason I would sell him is because he's coming off a monster game like that. And I think you get a decent starter and a bat in the deal after the big game because, like I said, the numbers have been solid this season. The ERA's bumped up just a little bit from last year to this year. But the last 3 outings, he's starting to get things going. June 24th at the Tigers, 6 innings. Got the loss, 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 10 Ks, a quality start. June 30th at the O's, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, a run, 3 walks, 6 Ks, a quality start. And then July 5th versus the Royals, a complete game shutout in that one, 4-hitter with 12 Ks and a quality start. So this season, it seems like the strikeouts have gone up for Pablo Lopez. And I know he plays in hitting division. Cleveland Guardians, the Tigers, Kansas City Royals, very weak hitting teams. No doubt about it. So right now, well, his value's at peak right now, and he's having a solid year, is Lopez, where you could get the most out of him right now. This is a time to sell him. He's been pitching mediocre, then it'll be a basic deal. But the only reason I'm saying to sell him is because he's at peak value, and I think he could pull off a great deal trading Lopez this week. And like I said, the advantages of keeping him as well, though. He does pitch in a weak division, and obviously the strikeout rate is up this season. Next pitcher is James Paxton of the Boston Red Sox. I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop here. Just going by track record over the last few seasons here with Paxton, where injuries have been a concern, but on the year he's been solid. I know it's only been 56 innings, but 5-1 record, 64 Ks, a 2.73 ERA, an 0.98 whip, and 6 quality starts here. In the last month, he's been lights out, 30 innings, 3-0 record, 28 Ks, a 1.80 ERA, an 0.77 whip, and 4 quality starts. But James Paxton, he hasn't been healthy for multiple seasons in a row now, and I just don't see him going coast to coast this year, finishing the year healthy this season. But in the beginning of the year, he wasn't ready to go, and now I just don't see him getting past probably August here, the latest, before something pops up. June 24th at the White Sox, 4 innings, no decision, 2 hits, a run, 3 Ks in that one. June 30th at the Blue Jays, 7 2/3, got the win, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. And July 8th versus the A's in that one, 6 innings, got the win. 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. So right now, well, he's healthy as James Paxton, and he's looked very good so far in the early going of the season for him. 56 innings only under his belt. That's about 2 months of pitching. This is a perfect time to sell him off, and I think you could get a decent outfield bat in a deal for Paxton, because I just can't trust him staying healthy. And then when people count on him, that's where he doesn't come up the most. So right now, just going off the track record and pitching a little bit over his head right now is Paxton with this Red Sox team, especially in a great division there like the AL East. I don't see him hold it up one way or the other, either injured or the numbers. So right now, well, everything's going right for him. This is a perfect time to sell him off this week. The next pitcher is Ryan Pressly of the Houston Astros. So Pressly, we know, is one of the better closers in the league, but I don't take much stock into closers. The last few seasons, the positions really dropped off, and there's not a lot of reliable guys. So right now, if you could get a good starting pitcher, or even in a bat in a deal here for Ryan Pressly, this would be the time to do it. On the season, 39 1/3, 2-2 record, 20 saves, 42 strikeouts, a 2.52 ERA, 0.84 whip, and over the last month of the season, he's pretty much been unhittable. 13 innings, 2-0 record, 8 saves, 13 Ks, 0.69 ERA, and 0.54 whip. So right now, we know this Astro team, when it's all said and done each and every season, they're pretty much in the ALCS or the World Series, it seems like, is this Astro team. The last 5-6 years in the league. So Pressly, he's been a good closer over the last couple seasons here for this Astro team. He's going to get many opportunities. He definitely could finish the year with 35-40 saves for this team right now. But right now, well, he's pitching great baseball over the last couple weeks. And closes, I think, isn't a big deal anymore in fantasy baseball. Obviously, if you're in a category league, it's a little bit different where you want to get the saves and keep the ERA down a little bit. But other leagues like points leagues and stuff, it's really not that big of a thing having a closer. If you could get a starter or even play the probable game out there and the spot starter. So right now, while Presley's pitching good and one of the top closers in the league, well, I think you could get a good starter or a bat for him. This would be the time to sell him right now. The next pitcher is Aaron Civale of the Cleveland Guardians. So Civale, I mentioned him as an add off the wire here, and he's still available right now in 51% of fantasy leagues. But he's a guy that's going out there since he came off injury and pitching well, that they even got rid of Zach Plesac, designated him for assignment. Logan Allen they called down to the minors, but we'll see if he comes back to the major leagues after the break. But anyway, Civale, 52 2/3, 3-2 record, 44 Ks, 2.56 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, and 4 quality starts. So just like James Paxton in terms of numbers, small sample size obviously here. Only 52 2/3 of an inning under his belt, so he's pitching good baseball with Civale. I know he's in a division where there's not good hitting teams, really. The Twins, Tigers, Kansas City Royals, they're not hitting the baseball well this season here. And he's a guy that's been decent throughout his MLB career, is Civale. But injuries definitely have been a concern, and even last season, he only pitched in 97 innings. So right now, well, he's playing good, and he's healthy as Civale. This is the time to sell him off. June 25th versus the Brewers. 6 innings in that one. 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. July 2nd at the Cubs, 6 innings, no decision. 3 hits, a run, a walk, 2 Ks, a quality start. And July 7th versus the Royals, 7 innings, got the win. 2 hits, 9 Ks, a quality start. So right there versus the Royals, he really had a great game. Especially with the 9 strikeouts, because he's not really known as a big-time strikeout pitcher. He is Aaron Civale. So right now, while everything's clicking for him and he's pitching great baseball, this is a perfect time to sell him off this week. In the 5th and final pitcher I look to sell in trades, Kodai Senga of the New York Mets. So Kodai Senga, believe it or not, he's been the best starting pitcher in this New York Met rotation in the first half of the season. On the year, 7-5 record, 89 2/3, 113 Ks, a 3.31 ERA, a 1.28 WHIP, and 6 quality starts in his rookie year here for Senga. But the last couple weeks, he's really getting it going. 13 innings, 1-0 record, 20 Ks, a 2.08 ERA, 0.92 WHIP, and a quality start in the time. So he's going out there, he's pitching good baseball, and he's coming off even an 8-inning ball game versus a good Arizona Diamondback team in last week. So right now, while he's pitching good, while he's getting comfortable with Senga, he's a guy with sell high because the walks are still a concern for me. Going that deep in the games is still a concern as well. Over the last month of the season, he's only won 6 innings or more 3 times here, is Kodai Senga. So right now, going deeper into games is a problem a little bit. The walks have been an issue, and this Met team's been hot and cold all season. Some games they'll hit for big numbers, and some games they can't even score runs at all, like they did for Senga pretty much in his last outing. But luckily in the 9th inning, they got him the run support. So the last few games, June 23rd at Philly, 5 1/3, got the loss. 5 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. June 28th versus the Brewers, 5 innings in that one, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. And July 5th at the Diamondbacks, like I said, the best outing of his major league career. 8 innings, got the win. 4 hits, a run, a walk, 12 Ks, a quality start. So his strikeout numbers definitely are legit, is Senga, no doubt about it. But right now, I think the MLB game, they're going to see more tape on him adjust. The walks have been an issue on and off all season. And the pitch counts get high as well, where he can go deep into games with the walks and the good strikeout rate as well. So with all that factored up, Senga's pretty much a 5 or 6 inning pitcher, and hope this Met offense could score runs for him to even help him in that category as well. So right now, after coming off a great game versus a solid D-back team, he's a sell high candidate this week. So that's a few pitches I'll look to sell and trade here for the All-Star break of the fantasy baseball season.